It's your girl ShiestyKaii, and I'm gonna be doing a story time about how I got into a high-speed chase with my best friend. I'm gonna call him, well, I don't know, I'm debating if I want to say his real name or if I just don't want to say his real name. Stick. So Stick had texted me like early that morning asking if we can go back up in Midway so he can go see his family and do something like that. And he was like, oh, I want you to go with me. Can you take me? And I was like, yeah, sure. But I was like, I can't take you now because I'm busy. I was out doing errands with my mom and stuff like that. And he was like, all right, bet. Then what time? And I said 9, maybe like later on tonight, like 9:10. He was like, all right, bet. Meet me at the spot where we always meet up at. And then we could go back up in Midway. And Midway, I live in Florida. Midway is where his people at, where he like grew up. That's his neck of the woods. Mind you, and I had asked my mom, I said, Mom, can I go hang out with Stick? And she was like, nah, Mom gonna call you not. And I was like, okay, bet. And I was like, I'll just ask Tori. So I asked Tori, and mind you, Tori doesn't know, like, she knows, but I didn't really tell her, like I told her, but I didn't really tell her about this interaction. Anyways, my bad, she texted me. Anyways, I asked her and she was like, you shouldn't go. Something's telling me that something bad is gonna happen. And I kind of had a feeling that something bad was gonna happen, but I was like, oh, because I was gonna let him drive. She told me not to let the dude drive, and I'm like, why can't I let him drive when she be letting dudes drive her car? So what's the difference between me letting a dude drive a car when she be letting dudes drive her car? But I guess since it's her car, is different. But if I had a car and she wanted to let a nigga drive my car, I'll be okay with it. Cause like at the end of the day, if the nigga cracks my shit, he gonna fix it. Or if anything happens, you're gonna be the one that's responsible and fix it. You feel me? But you know, everybody's different from me, and my thought process is different from her thought process and other people's thought process. But that's okay. Anyways, so she was like, oh, so I know something's gonna happen. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna drive safe. I'm gonna drive safe, like what any other person would say about and her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm gonna drive safe. I'm gonna drive safe. I'm gonna make sure I take my time. This and that. And I was like, oh damn, I just had a blank. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do the speed limit. Don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. All right, cool. So, mind you, this is on a Saturday, like a Saturday night. So after that, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9:30ish, 10 o'clock hit, I texted Stick and I said, all right, Stick, I'm here. Let's go. And I think this is like either the first time, this is the first time I let him drive my sister's car. And that shit happened. So when I saw him, you know, I got out the car and gave him a hug, and I said, listen, nigga, first things first, you drive safe. You take care of this. Like, you treat this car like how you would treat your mama. Like, you treat this car like how you would treat your kids if you had kids, like your girl, all that. Like, you drive with tender loving and care in our Hellcat. You feel me? Because that's what my sister called her car, Hellcat. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna take my time. I'm not gonna do nothing to risk you getting in trouble or fucking up your car. He was like, I just need you to trust me. Just trust me. Yeah, and I don't know where I left off at because my phone died, y'all. Sorry. But I picked him up, you know, I told him, yeah, and he was like, trust me. My bad, y'all. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna trust you. But like, if anything goes wrong, like, we just gotta switch seats or something, like, cause we got 5% tint all around the car, which is like hella dark, can't see in there unless you like trying to shine a flashlight and you like the person roll down a window type of shit. Anyways, so we got back up in Midway, and you know, we stopped at whoever's house, whatever it was, to Stick. And Stick was like, you know, like when you see a whole bunch of niggas around and like you driving, like Stick was showing out. He was like, speeding. He sped, like dropped off, did the handshake, sped, did a circle, sped back around, did a circle again. And I guess when he did a circle again, there was like an undercover cop. But mind you, I was like observing my surroundings, but I didn't see that. Like, or if I did see that car, I wasn't like really focused on the car. Like in my head, I'm more like, okay, this nigga need to like chill the fuck out. Driving my sister shit, you need to chill the fuck out, bro. And it was weird. Like it was like scary, and I was like, okay. Like he was like, oh shit. No, after that, like after he did the sign, he was like, oh shit. Next thing you know, this nigga just driving fast as fuck, and I'm like, Stick, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Slow down, bro. Slow the fuck down. Like, what is you doing, bro? And he was like, they following us. They following us. I'm like, nigga, who is following us? What you mean they follow us? I look back and I don't see nobody. And then I was like, I don't see nobody. Like, what are you talking about? And then maybe I was like, and then again in my head, since I didn't see nobody, I was like, oh, he talking about his ops. His ops done cut his ass lacking. Like, now they finna follow us and think that this is motherfucking cop. And it was crazy, bro. And like he just wouldn't slow down. Like he was going fast as fuck. Like this nigga was doing about like 100 something. I don't know what it was, but like he was doing like 100 something. And I'm like, okay, like maybe I can get this nigga to like slow down. So his hands on the like thing, and this nigga over there, I kid you not, this nigga in the driver's seat smiling, like smirking to himself. Like that's how I know this nigga was crazy as fuck. And he must have, and my head was like, he must have did this shit before. Like this must not be something new. And he was like, so I put my hand over his, and I'm like, Stick, slow down. Like what you doing? And then that's when I turned and I saw like all the police lights. I seen like 3 police cars following behind us, and I was like, oh shit. And he gonna go down this road that's like has like a dead end. This nigga's like, oh shit. And then no, I'm like, oh shit. And this nigga's just like, he's like, you trust me? It's like, you trust me? And I was like, nigga, I ain't got no choice but to fucking trust you right now. Like, it's either bitch we going to jail or bitch we about to die. And bitch, I ain't trying to go to jail or die. So do what you gotta do to get us out of here. Okay? And he did like, we was in his yard. He did like a circle in his yard. And while he was doing the circle in the yard, like one police car was going too fast and ended up going straight. The other one tried to hit the car, but he swerved it like that. And then like, and then there was another car coming in. They tried to like, the police car came in and it tried to like block us. But he swerved around that bit, went back, mind you. And then there's like this bump. This nigga went flying over the bump and the car went, smoke started coming up from the top. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm so sorry, team. Because that's also the other name that we got for the car. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, team. And excuse me, y'all, my bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm fucking up my sister's car. I'm not finna go back home. I'm not gonna go back home. I'm not going back home, Mom. I swear I'm not going back home. And then in the midst of that, like, she took some of the cops, and then there was a cop that was like riding us. Like that cop was like pretty fast. But my sister, y'all need to get y'all a Nissan Altima. Them bitches push it. Like, you need to get away? Yeah. That's the car for you. You like to drive fast, want to ride fast, and be the shit while riding fast and driving fast? Yeah. Get you a Nissan Altima. Not sponsored, but I need to get a car. They need to sponsor me. Yeah. Anyways, it was like, oh my gosh. And then there was like, I guess like there's so many roads in Midway. Like it's ridiculous. And we was like by the Blue Stove. And while we was by the Blue Stove, we drove on that road, and on the road there was like a cop car that was parked there, and then there was a cop on this side, and I think there was a cop standing on that side. And they threw the spikes out. There was a cop on one side. He threw the spikes out thinking that, oh, they gonna run it over. Man, this nigga gonna go in the ditch, bro. He gonna swerve, go in the ditch, and then drive up out the ditch. And I was like, oh my gosh, my sister's car ain't fucked up then. Her shit is really fucked up now. And I was like, oh my God, Stick. I was like, Stick, this is too much. This is too much. Like, I'm like, oh my God, my heart is touching my ass. I can't breathe. I'm just in the passenger seat. Like, oh my God, what am I going to tell my mom? What am I going to tell my sisters? What am I going to tell the judge? What am I going to do? Like, about to have a mental breakdown. Like, I was about to make the nigga put the car apart and just, shit, get out of motherfucking run, you feel me? Or something. But they probably would have caught my ass. Because I ain't even know, like, midway at all. Like, him, he probably could have got away. Me, they would have caught my ass. And I was like, oh my gosh, if this, my sister's car, something happened to my sister's car, they're going to have to tow it. And I'm like, what am I going to tell my mom and them? Like, they going to make me pay for this girl's car to get from out the tow yard. Like, if it ain't totaled. And then they followed us around for like a good 10-15 minutes. And then next thing you know, bro,